Gary Tunsky is, in my opinion, the world's greatest expert on natural health.
So in my research and in my endeavors for 25 years now, the quest for truth, I found that the unified theory of all disease is a cellular malfunction, a CFD, cellular functional disorders. So if you talk about diabetes, it's a beta cell malfunction, but it's giving off a high blood sugar. Now, an MD would look at the high blood sugar as the problem. I would look at the beta cell malfunction in the pancreas and fix it. If you have a heart disease, it's a heart cell malfunction giving off murmurs and arrhythmias and palpitations as a symptom. The cardiologists are going to look at the murmurs, the angina pain, the arrhythmias, the palpitation. I would look at the cardiomyocyte malfunction, the heart cells, and find a way to restore the heart cells to full capacity. And guess what happens to the symptoms? They go away. But you know what? There's not one class in med school that teaches you how a cellular engine runs from start to finish. What happens first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And it's a mini universe that a cell has that's very similar to us as a correlation, that on a macro scale of us to a micro scale of a cell. It's interesting, the cells, they talk and have language. We communicate and talk through information transfer, Polish language, Hebrew, German, Spanish. The cells conceive children, cells. We conceive children and daughters. The cells have organelles, we have organs. The cell has a cytoskeleton structure. It's not calcium like we have, but it's a skeletal structure that keeps the cell from collapsing, called the cytoskeletal. We have a skeletal structure. We have a brain, cells have a brain. So there's a very diverse and very profound correlation to what happens with a little cell, and there's 100 trillion of them that make up your body, to us as a whole. And then the spiritual connection to the cell, and then there's also a soul connection, an emotional connection to how the cell runs. So I realized that these systems of the body, you cannot separate. You cannot separate the endocrine system from the neurological system, from the hormonal system. They're all connected. So you manipulate one system, and you're going to throw off 2 or 3 more, and that's where they get the side effects. So side effects are direct effects, not side effects of the chemistry. So the chemistry of a drug cannot be utilized into a human biological machine, because what makes up the human? What chemistry does this thing tick on? Living, organic chemistry from what? Nature. That cellular structure, this is real interesting. I'm going to lay this out for you as a little taste. Every cell of the body, I don't care if it's a liver cell, kidney cell, bone cell, blood cell, needs water. Every cell needs oxygen. Every cell needs amino acids as building blocks. Every cell needs carbohydrates for fuel for the mitochondria. Every cell needs essential fatty acids, the good fats, the healthy oils. Every cell needs up to 16 vitamins. Every cell needs up to 80 minerals. Every cell needs chlorophyll, some plant-derived chlorophyll from the green. Every cell needs sunshine, it needs photon light from the sun to operate. So let's see what drug has any building material for a human cell. What drug on the market, and you can ask this to any MD or even a nurse, name one drug on the market that has water in it for the cell, has oxygen in it for the cell, has amino acids, has vitamins, has minerals, enzymes, essential fatty acids, chlorophyll, photon light, and what's the answer to that? None. So then I started realizing, wait a minute here, what's this drug doing now? So the drug comes in and says, I'm not going to give you anything, heart cell, as far as building material to make you healthy, but I'm going to manipulate you. So the drug dams up the receptors, and it will manipulate the heart rate, it'll manipulate the angina pain, whatever it is, but it's making the cell sicker. So the illusion is you're feeling better by the drug, knocking out the headache, knocking out the pain, but you're getting sicker at the same time. The biggest factor is they think there's 12,000 and plus different diseases demanding 12,000 different treatments. Does anybody know how many real diseases there are? 1. That's it. What's the body made of? Cells. Cell malfunction here, heart disease. Cell malfunction in the joint, arthritis. Cell malfunction in your red blood cells, anemia. Cell malfunction in your white blood cells, leukemia. Cell malfunction in your stomach is called the parietal cells, acid reflux. Cell malfunction in your skin, some type of dermis rash. Cell malfunction in your mitochondria, chronic fatigue. Cell malfunction in your DNA, cancer. Cell malfunction in the frontal lobe of the brain, Alzheimer's. If it's going on here, it's Parkinson's. If it's going on here, it's dementia or autism. So they're just repackaging the same disease 12,000 different ways. It's kind of like in your car, you see a blinking oil light for a oil problem. You're not going to see a blinking oil light for your brakes. You'll see a brake light for your brake, a radiator light for your radiator. The human body, same way. You're going to see sets of symptoms as a warning signal to tell you what correlating cell is malfunctioning. It's not the disease. They really believe the headache is the disease. They believe the inflammation is the disease. They believe the pain is the disease. They believe the skin rash is the disease. It's a warning signal of a cellular malfunction. So now I can jump back and forth to an MD's perspective to what they do and an ND's perspective to what they do.